Okay, so basically these two setups here now, as you can see, slightly further from the ball, and that is literally how much more we want to be. We don't sort of stretch out for the ball. When we sort of talk about changes, a lot of time we're moving it inches or so. We're not like moving it a full foot. Yeah. So here on the left-hand side was your kind of, I'm going to keep my head down, keep my right arm straight. As you go back, head's already dropped, right arm is very locked. There's your backswing. Very low. From this position now, it's going to be very difficult for your club to hit the ground unless you did drop down, okay? Yeah. So you've dropped down, but now the club wants to go over here somewhere. So now you've got to start standing up while trying to hit down the golf ball with your arms sort of around your chest here. Those things don't add up. If I said you hit the ground now straight away, just doing that, hits the ground easily, yeah? If you took your arms around here, now hit the ground, but I can't, my head's got to... Physically, you're going to really... Exactly. It's just too many things. And again, what happens is, as someone who's fairly sporty, you can figure out how to put this club back on the golf ball semi-consistently. Yeah. But as we said in golf, it's not how good your good shots are, it's how bad your bad shots aren't. If you hit seven of the best 7 irons in the world, 140 yards to 10 foot from the flag, happy days, you 2-putt, make a nice par. But if the other 3 are sort of like shanked into the trees somewhere there or hooked into the walls, that's 3 lost golf balls, that's 6 shots gone. So as good as those 7 shots are, the other 3 shots double in value. So look at the length of the backswing here now. We say about just turning your torso. So again, maintain some height there now. Arms lifting up. It was in your length of backswing. I've not said make your backswing longer, but it has become longer just because it's easier for you to move. And you can see your spine angle now is perfectly set on that green line. Now as you come back to the golf ball, your spine angle will drop a smidgen because that's almost like a bit of a power surge, but you haven't really dropped massively. Club's coming down at a really, really good angle there. Back in the golf ball, you're pretty much back on that green line again. So if you sort of imagine this orange stick now as your spine, you've basically done this, whereas before you were going there and then having to stand up while at the same time trying to hit down the golf ball. So there was conflicting movements. And then through the golf ball now, you can just swing nice and freely through the target. No restrictions, no issues there going through. Whereas this one here now, if you stayed there, you're going to struggle. Your head staying down, and now your arm, now at the last second, you're sort of trying to pop up. And every now and then you would pop up correctly. But in this case, you haven't done enough. Balls at the back end of the golf club there, shot low, right? And look at the follow-through position. There's not really much movement through because we want to get the body, as we said, to be responsible for kind of this motion. If it's doing this, it's hard then to do that. So your arms now are kind of dragging you around, so you kind of feel like all the sort of Elvis position with the knees stuck out sideways and the foot's barely off the ground. And just pure momentum has thrown you around this way. And then you lose balance, which again comes back to that phrase that people get told, oh, you slow it down, you swung too fast, you lost balance. Well, if you're not swinging the club effectively, your body will lose balance. You can swing that 10 mile an hour, 15 mile an hour slower, you're still going to potentially lose your balance, okay? So get yourself in that good start position with, let's say, a little bit more space there. As I said, TTLA, just turn the torso as if you're just handing something now to someone to your left. And then from here now, the arms start going up. You can lift your arms up. And again, when the arms are going up, they don't know what goes up, can now come down to the golf ball. So the movement now is almost predetermined for the club to sort of come back to the golf ball. And you can see how much more consistently your spine stays on that green line. And that's really good. Very good and stuff. Whereas this one here now is kind of... How is that going to be a consistent move? No. Again, you'll get it reasonably good sometimes, but again, we're looking for that consistency. It's going to be very difficult from that position. Okay, does that make sense then? Okay, just to sort of, this obviously be the same for every club. So it's the same kind of turning of the torso and lifting your arms. We might do some sort of shorter shots towards the end of the session to the next one, okay? Obviously the shorter shots, your arms aren't going to lift quite so much, but the torso is still going to be responsible for moving that club around you, okay? This here is the engine of your golf swing that has to move, whether you're chipping, putting, or it's a 250-yard drive, whether you're driving 80 mile an hour in reverse, the engine still moves the car, There's some variance to that in terms of forward and backwards and how much speed you put into it, but ultimately the body has to be moving. Otherwise, if you just get very armsy with it here, the body kind of has been thrown around, and it's almost like, say, someone told me years ago that the dog should wag the tail rather than the tail wagging the dog. If your club is swinging you and you're like, you're losing a bit of control. Okay, mate? Good stuff. Right, let's have a couple more then, buddy.